Hey folks, welcome back. It's been a while since I produced any content, I know. I got a lot of stuff going on, but I have still been playing, and I have recently unlocked the Benson, the Tier 8 U.S. Navy destroyer. I haven't played many games in it, but this is completely unupgraded. My commander just came off of cooldown, but I do not have any upgrades, no research. It's completely stock Benson. I don't even have concealment module on there. I am running a 12-point commander on this one with preventative maintenance, adrenaline rush. See, I have last stand, superintendent, and concealment on this captain. This is on the map Two Brothers, and it is a tier 10 fight. There's only 2 destroyers per team, and as you can see by the mini map there, I spawned in the northeastern flank. So as an American destroyer, my job here is going to be to spot for the team and capture that point. So what do I think about the Benson so far? Coming off the Mahan, I really enjoy this ship. It does have 10 torpedoes, 2 quintuple launchers in the center line instead of the 12 that the Mahan had. But I really like the gun systems on the Benson too. It has a 9.2 kilometer range on the torpedoes, and at stock it has a 10.5 kilometer range on the guns. The guns traverse insanely fast, so I'm really liking that. So approaching D, we are located, so somebody in the enemy team has radio location. A little bit of banter going on there amongst the teammates in the chat. I just want to make sure I stay close to this island so I have at least a little bit of cover coming in on this side. My intention here, let's see, D is starting to be capped by an enemy somewhere. And as we approach the corner here, we can see somebody has popped smoke, the Minotaur. And I'm thinking that's probably the Mino that has me located with radio. So we're going to slip into the cap here, and my intention is to stay toward the edge here because the enemy team does have a Chapayev. Now, seeing that is the Mino back there that's probably popped smoke up, there goes another smoke screen, so now we know where that DD is. We have not been spotted, and seeing that the Mino has popped smoke, we know he does not have radar on his ship. But there's still a Chapayev out there somewhere. They have a very short duration, long range radar. Looking at that DD smoke screen, we can see exactly where he is. So I'm going to go ahead and put out torpedoes. I want to hit the middle where we can see those shells coming out from, but I want to overlap it because a good DD commander is going to move back and forth in the smoke and not really sit still. So I want to cover as much of that smoke screen as possible. The Lion is heading up north and he's really pushing in on us. So we're still not spotted. I want to hold fire as long as possible. We start losing spotting on that Lion just a little bit. As he heads around the corner, we're probably going to lose him again entirely. But as he approaches that corner, I want to pop smoke. Still getting some shots coming out of that smoke screen, so I feel pretty good about those torpedoes. Oh, there it goes. One down, got a flood, and boom goes the dynamite. Enemy destroyer went down. Harugamo is down. Alright. So, got first blood, Dev strike. Start popping smoke here. So we lost spotting on the Lion. Looks like everybody is outside our or behind our smoke screen. Now here comes torpedoes from Harugamo. I'm going to pop my accelerator, my acceleration module. Easy dodge on those, but we are radared, so it's time to abandon here as that Lion is looking right at me. Everybody on the enemy flank, or everybody in the friendly flank rather, is starting to open up on that Lion. I need to start kiting away, start bailing. And here comes the shells from the Mino and the Chapayev. The Lion is looking away from us now. So now what I want to do, the Chapayev's radar goes down, but we're still being spotted by that Lion. So I want to head around the back side of my smoke screen. I want to put that smoke screen between me and the Lion, just to break line of sight and drop off detection. But we are going to continue to put out shots on it. That Lion pushed forward a bit aggressively, even with his super hill. But you know, I really don't see... Well, down he went. I didn't see him use his heal. Maybe he did, but maybe I missed it. But, okay. So, with the Lion down, Chapayev's radar is going to be on cooldown. And D is not being captured. Now, the Mino was last seen down by that island just south of D. So I'm thinking he's probably still down around there. That Charles Martel has been spotted down there too, and both of those are very dangerous to me. But I'm going to push back into D. We need to cap this point. Alright, so Gearing is doing a suicide run down the mid. Really wish he wouldn't have done that with only 2 DDs on each team. We really could have used him down there at A. Alright, so we're going to continue to try to cap this point, but I want to move around toward this gap in the islands. I always have an escape plan. My intention is to torque toward the end of that island. I just have a feeling that the Mino's coming. There he is. Alright, yeah, I kind of expected the Mino to come around there, and he's popping smoke. We're not detected. And as he disappears, I can now fire with impunity and not be spotted. Looks like he was just radared. Alright, so maybe the Baltimore may have just lit him up with radar. The Baltimore is pushing into D as we light a fire. We're still continuing to cap this point. We almost have it capped. And picked up a solo cap on that as we grab an incapacitation on the Mino. Mino is backing up, facing in toward us. He's trying to minimize, hide that broadside. He was sitting broadside to that Baltimore. That was not a good place for him to be. All right. Here we go. Still looking for him. It looks like my torpedoes are going to just miss him. We're going to start throwing out some predictive shots where we see his shots coming from. There he goes. Somebody else lit him up. I don't know who else would have had the radar to light him up unless it was Edinburgh. Alright, so we're going to continue to put out shots on him. And down he goes. Alright, now it's time to reassess this. We look like we're pretty much ruling this flank right now. Most of the enemy team is potatoing around Charlie Point. We did lose the gearing in the gap there, which I really wish he wouldn't have done that. But the 8 point has been capped by the enemy team, and it's being held by a Kid and a Salem. We have a Yamato, a Hindenburg, a Des Moines, and a Tirpitz on that flank. But that Kid and the Salem are just pretty much just rocking 8 points. So I decide I'm going to head over to A. I want to do what I can to support and try to counter that Kid in there. Man, I wish that Gearing hadn't suicided up the mid like that. Could have really used him. But you can see that our flank continues to push around rather aggressively, a little more aggressively than they probably should have. There's a Charles Martel, there's a Worcester down there, Grosser Kurfürst, and a Chapayev. And one thing I can say, this is a tier 10 fight, you know, and this Benson really up-tiered nicely in this game. Benson torps are very strong, as you're going to see later on in this replay. And the guns are just insane. And from what I understand, I've never played them, from what I understand, the Fletcher and the Gearing are even better. So, yeah. Start peeking down. There goes the enemy Yamato, showing in the mid there. Got our Des Moines. Looks like our Yamato has gotten tired of waiting around. He's just going to push aggressively into A. Not sure that I would have done that. I mean, got the Salem there. The Salem is a solid premium ship. Man, I really wish I had a Salem. But got the Salem there and the Kid. Looks like the Kid is popping smoke. I'm going to squeeze it through this gap here between the Des Moines and the island. Looks like the Des Moines is going to, looks like he's starting to move forward again. And I'm going to slide right through here. That's that, look at the chat there. He's saying Whiskey Tango Hotel Benson. Yeah, I'm sliding right past him. Now my intention coming in here, that Yamato is in a bad position. He has placed himself, he's chasing after that Salem, but he's sailing broadside to the Kid. In fact, yeah, the Des Moines warned him about those torpedoes. The Kid has smoked up. He has no idea that I'm here. So I am going to throw torps into his screen, into his smoke screen, and I intend to push hard on that Kid. I can see shots coming out, so I know he's still in there. And there goes the Kid's torpedoes. And I think we're about to lose. Yep, there he goes. We lost the Yamato. But he managed to take out that Salem. So, okay. Looking at the points, is fairly even. We're just ahead on ships at this point. We have a decent lead on capture points. 668 to 506. And now they are down 5. We're down 4 as the Kid appears. I'm going to start engaging him with guns. He is going to dodge our torps to keep the fire up on him as I overshoot him. And we're going to miss it. Des Moines took him down. I think it was Des Moines. Yeah, Des Moines took him down. All right. So 772 to 473. We're looking really good in this game. North Carolina is out there, as well as the enemy Yamato and Charles Montel. The Des Moines has pulled up into my smoke screen, and as I pull around the end of it, I realize, oh, wait a minute, I was the one providing targeting data for that North Carolina. So, and yeah, the Des Moines says he needs spotting, so that's what I intend to do. I'm going to head through my smoke. I want to keep my guns quiet so I stay undetected, and I'm just going to provide targeting data for that Des Moines and hopefully the Hindenburg and the Tirpitz, so that they can continue to fire. Silver Marksman there, I'm not sure who he is, advising people there, fall back, there's no need to die. 2 minutes 45 seconds to victory. So I'm just going to let them use my smoke, and I intend to just continue providing spotting data. We do have a very commanding lead, but that's not going to last. You're going to see in this game the numbers can flip really quick. We still have our eastern flank over there. They've been falling apart, and we just lost another ship. So now all we have left on that strong eastern flank is the Hindenburg and the Edinburgh. And the enemy flank is pushing on them really hard. We still have a good commanding lead on points at this time, but it does not look good for that flank, not being pushed as aggressively as they are. So there's a Chapayev engaging. Looks like he's engaging the Tirpitz. So we're going to continue to just hang out, provide spotting data. There's no need for me to get aggressive at this point. 1 minute, I let my team know there in chat, when I had about a minute left, just under a minute left until my smoke came back up. My intention was to provide smoke for the Des Moines again, but I also wanted to provide smoke for the Hindenburg. So what I did was I hit my speed boost, or when I hit my speed boost when my smoke came down. There it goes. I wanted to just go full bore, drag the smoke screen out as large as possible so that I could cover both the Hindenburg and the Des Moines. I misjudged it though. I'm going to pull up just short of the Des Moines. So I'm able to cover the entire cap there with smoke, but that Des Moines is still pushing hard. You see, yeah, I just run out of smoke. Now, he could have turned. He could have headed back into my smoke screen if he wanted to. But I guess they're going to choose not to make use of it. I kind of wish that they would have hit out my smoke screen and let me target for them. Then they could have fired, openly on that North Carolina. and the Yamato and not really had to worry about it. Tirpitz is being focus fired. Doesn't look like he's going to last too much longer. He's taken some pretty serious damage from all sources. But it looks like the Yamato, right now what I'm doing in the game is I'm kind of assessing the situation as our Tirpitz goes down, and you can see the points have now flipped. We have 5 minutes left in the game, just over 5 minutes left in the game. And now the enemy is ahead 759 to, or 763 to 700 now. And yeah, it doesn't look very good for us. The Charles Martel, our eastern flank has completely fallen apart. They've taken everybody on that side. It is now 3 against 6. And the Charles Martel is capping D point. So the Yamato, though, is pushing forward. And it looks like he and the Grosser Kurfürst are going to go around the backside of this island. And what my intention was to use these islands as cover and do a ambush run on that Yamato. I did not anticipate the Yamato throwing on the brakes so quick, and I do get spotted. And now I get radared by the Chapayev, and now I get focus fired. So, yeah, so much for stealth. Now is time to run. Ow, that hurt. It is time to run just as fast as my little propeller will take me. Try to do some dodge beats there, you know, abuse the W, A, S, and D keys, slow down, speed up, and just run. And I did manage to fall off of detection. I'm just out of spotting range of the Kurfürst. And now I know the Chapayev, he's on cooldown for his radar. And I'm looking back at him, and it's kind of a glitch in the replay. You cannot see my lead indicator right now. But he's sailing pretty much in a straight line. He's not really maneuvering that much. So I'm going to send torpedoes against him. And that North Carolina is heading in as well. And even though the North Carolina is 12.5 kilometers out, that's a fast battleship. And with him closing in, I know that both of them are going to be well within my torpedo range soon. So I'm going to start throwing out smoke here so that I can start dropping some gunshots on them. But my goal in dropping this smoke screen, and this is my last smoke screen, isn't really to smoke up, because I realize I'm still targeting for my team. I'm going to throw out some smoke from within. I'm going to throw out some fire from within the smoke to make the enemy Chapayev think that I'm hiding in the smoke screen. So I'm going to continue to move away and out of the smoke in the hopes that it will entice the Chapayev. There he goes. He did exactly what I wanted him to do, and that sailed straight for my smoke. So down he went, and it actually looks pretty good to maybe get a shot on that North Carolina too. North Carolina saw what happened to the Chapayev. He starts turning toward where I was, but he still eats a torpedo and a flood on the nose, and that forced out his repair party. All right, now that Chapayev gone down, we're 865 to 841. The score has converted again. So I'm going to start putting out, I probably shouldn't have here. I started putting out shots on that Yamato. And I wind up detected as the North Carolina sails into my gun range. So now I know that the North Carolina is probably looking right at me, and sure enough he is, and here comes his shots. So I'm going to do everything I can to dodge him, but I'm going to return fire. I'm aiming my guns toward that superstructure. We really need to take him down. The score is tied at this point. But with the enemy having 3 caps to our 1, they're still pulling ahead of us as I promptly pull a Notzer and stick my nose right into an island. All right, so time to back up off of here. The Yamato is going down. There we go. Des Moines took down the Yamato, but the enemy is still well ahead of us. And it looks like, yep, our Hindenburg has gone down as well. So the enemy is pulling ahead 908 to 877 or 887, and I'm just going to do what I can to keep chipping away at this North Carolina. So this is going to come down to the last, literally the last minute. Looking at the clock, we have 45 seconds left on the clock, and I'm just going to keep trying to dodge, keep trying to throw fire at the North Carolina. Because unless we can kill this North Carolina, we are going to lose. They have won. You look at the chat, you know, it's not looking good. People have almost given up hope. Never stop shooting. And if I could just hit this North Carolina and not shatter. I'm going to keep up fire. 15 seconds left in the game. Can we pull it out? That's the question. Less than 10 seconds, North Carolina goes down, and I'm dodging that grocery store person trying not to die. 1 second, and there's the victory. I'll see you in post-credits. Well, okay. That was a nail-biter right up to the end. I love games like that, especially when we win. All right, so what do I think about the Benson? You know, completely unupgraded. I really like it. Commander just came off a retrain. I think this is like my third game in the Benson. Really, really happy with its performance. Guns are great. Torps are great. You know, everything's great. Can't wait to see what how it can perform when it's fully upgraded. All right, so we got the victory in that one. 270,658 credits, 5,570 experience, 558 free experience. Picked up the Dev Strike and First Blood. Did 63,226 damage. Not bad for a destroyer. Not bad. 119 shells on target, with 73 of those being penetrations. 4 torpedoes, half of them were floods. 2 incapacitations, 3 kills, 1 fire, 1 solo cap, 1 assisted cap, and 6 spotted ribbons. Looking at the team score, came in number 2 on that one, with Mr. Hindenburg coming in first in guns there. Never give up, never surrender. That's that clan that he's a member of. Throw a compliment over to him. What's his name there? Silver Marksman. Good job. All right, so detailed report. We sank the North Carolina, the Harugamo. I was wondering who that was that we sank right there at the very beginning. That was the Harugamo. Okay. And the Chapayev. Ha ha. I always love it when a destroyer can sink a radar boat. Decent damage on the Mino, some chip on the Lion and the Kid, and nothing on the Yamato. Let's see there. Most of our damage actually wound up coming from those torpedoes. It was 4 torpedo strikes, but the guns did good. 195 from flooding and 3,897 from 1 fire. Let's see, potential damage. Oh wow, that's one of the highest potential damages I think I've ever had. 1,111,968 potential damage. They really did not like me. 77 out of 120 capture points. Let's see here, and there's a peek at the credits and XP. I was running the Zulu flag, so there you go. All right, folks, well, thank you for joining me today. This was a really fun game. Looking forward to the Benson in the future, and I look forward to seeing you guys in game.